What if gravity turned off? Imagine this. You're sitting in your room, scrolling on your phone, and suddenly, everything around you starts to float. Your chair lifts off the ground, your coffee spills into the air, but instead of falling, it just hangs there. You look outside the window. Cars, trees, people, even entire buildings, slowly drifting upward into the sky. And then you realize something terrifying. Gravity is gone. No warning, no explanation. Just gone. So what would actually happen if gravity suddenly turned off? Would we survive? Or would this be the end of everything we know? Let's find out. Point number 1. What is gravity? Before we jump into chaos, let's understand one simple thing. What is gravity? Gravity is the invisible force that pulls everything toward everything else. It's why you stay on the ground, the moon orbits Earth, planets orbit the sun, and galaxies hold together the stronger the mass, the stronger the gravity. That's why Earth pulls you down, and the sun holds the entire solar system in place. Without gravity, the universe wouldn't just change. It wouldn't exist the way it does today. Point number 2, the first second. Let's say gravity suddenly disappears right now. What happens in the first second? At first, nothing explodes. There's no shockwave, but something very strange begins. Everything that was held down by gravity is no longer held down. That means you start floating. Your phone floats out of your hand. Your furniture drifts upward. Even the air around you starts behaving differently. But here's the key. You don't shoot into space instantly. Why? Because you already have momentum. Right now, you're moving with Earth as it rotates and orbits the sun. So instead of shooting straight up, you begin drifting in a straight line from wherever you were. It's slow at first. Almost peaceful. But that calm doesn't last long. Point number 3. The air goes wild. Here's something most people don't think about. Gravity doesn't just hold you down, it also holds the atmosphere down. Without gravity, the air itself starts escaping into space, and this causes one of the most dangerous effects. Violent global winds. Air rushes in every direction as it expands outward. Massive storms form instantly. Hurricane-level winds sweep across the planet. You're no longer just floating. You're being thrown around by uncontrollable air currents. Breathing becomes harder, because the atmosphere is literally disappearing. Within minutes, the air gets thinner, oxygen levels drop, and now survival becomes a race against time. Point number 4. Oceans rise into space. Now imagine the oceans. Without gravity, water is no longer pulled toward Earth. So what happens? The oceans begin to rise. At first, it looks surreal. Huge waves lift upward, like slow-motion mountains of water. Then, they break apart into gigantic floating blobs. Entire oceans detach from Earth and drift into space. Fish, whales, and marine life. All carried away inside massive spheres of water. Some of these water blobs could be miles wide, floating freely above Earth. But here's the terrifying part. Without atmospheric pressure and gravity, water begins to evaporate rapidly. Eventually, Earth loses its oceans completely. Point number 5. Cities fall apart. Buildings might look strong, but they rely on gravity to stay grounded. Without it, foundations lose stability, structures weaken, objects inside buildings start floating. At first, skyscrapers might stay in place. But over time, they begin to drift and break apart. Bridges collapse. Vehicles float away. Everything we built on Earth starts to slowly fall apart in zero gravity. Even something as simple as walking becomes impossible. You'd have to grab onto objects just to stay in place. Point number 6. You drift into space. Now let's talk about you. Without gravity holding you down, and with Earth spinning at about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, you're already moving fast. So when gravity disappears, you continue moving in a straight line. Eventually, with Saito, you drift away from Earth. At first, you might stay close, but over time you move farther and farther into space, and space is not forgiving. There's no oxygen, Extreme cold, deadly radiation. Within seconds to minutes, you lose consciousness. Without protection, survival is nearly impossible. Point number 7. Earth itself breaks apart. Here's where things get even more extreme. Gravity doesn't just hold objects, it holds Earth together. Without gravity, the planet loses its shape, the crust begins to separate, the core expands outward. Earth is no longer a solid sphere. It starts to disintegrate into fragments. Rocks, mountains, and continents break apart and drift into space. Eventually, Earth becomes a cloud of debris. No oceans, no atmosphere, no structure, just scattered pieces of what once was our home. Point number 8. The solar system collapses. But this isn't just about Earth. If gravity disappears everywhere, the entire solar system is affected. Planets no longer orbit the sun. Instead, they fly off into space in straight lines. Earth, Mars, Jupiter, all drifting away forever. The moon leaves Earth. The sun itself loses its ability to hold itself together, because gravity is what keeps the sun compressed, allowing nuclear fusion to happen. Without it, the sun expands and cools. No more sunlight, no more energy. The solar system dies. Point number 9. The universe unravels. Now think bigger, much bigger. Gravity is what holds galaxies together. Without it, stars drift apart, galaxies dissolve, black holes lose their structure. Even atoms are indirectly affected. Over time, the entire universe becomes a chaotic, expanding cloud of particles. No stars, no planets, no galaxies, just darkness and scattered matter. Gravity isn't just a force, it's the glue of existence. Point number 10. What if gravity returns? Now here's an interesting twist. What if gravity suddenly turns back on? Everything that drifted away comes crashing back. Water falls from space, debris rains down, objects collide at high speeds. The result? Total destruction. Even if gravity returns, Earth would never be the same again. Point number 11. The science behind it. This scenario might sound like science fiction, but it's based on real physics. According to Newton's law of universal gravitation and Einstein's theory of relativity, gravity is a fundamental force. It cannot simply turn off. But imagining this helps us understand something important: how dependent we are on forces we can't even see. Gravity works silently, every second, holding everything together. So, what if gravity turned off? At first, it might feel magical, floating freely, like in space, but within minutes, it becomes deadly, within hours, catastrophic, and eventually, it leads to the destruction of Earth, the solar system, and possibly the universe itself. Gravity may be invisible, but without it, nothing exists the way we know it. If you found this video interesting, imagine what other hidden forces are shaping our universe right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more mind-bending science on this channel. Because sometimes, the most ordinary things are actually the most powerful.